Hello, you absolute legends. Welcome back to the channel. John here on a beautiful day in Lincolnshire, and it's made better in that actually it's my birthday today. So happy birthday to me. What a better way to spend my birthday than buying cars, and that's exactly what I've gone and done with this, the latest addition to the Coupland fleet. It's orange, as you can see, and it's a smart car. It's a Smart ForTwo 2011 plate. And if you are a regular watcher of the channel, you'll know that I have a smart car already. I've got a 2004 Smart 450 in purple. And well, I've known about this car for a little while, a couple of years now, and my MOT tester contacted me this morning to say, John, it's for sale. And of course, I hightailed down there, threw him some cash and have driven it away. In this video then, let's take a look around it. The latest addition to the Coupland fleet, something I have bought myself on my birthday. Mrs. John Coupland hasn't seen it yet. She doesn't know that I've bought it. She's at work. Dad doesn't know I've bought it. This is genuinely as found and as shot. Maybe I'm going to get shot. In this video then, let's take a look around the car, have a look at the Smart 451, see it's built into me, the Smart 451, and get some more information about it. Right, well, let's start at the very beginning, a very good place to start. We'll start with the front of the smart car, and if you don't know anything about smart cars, well, they're all plastic, all these bumpers and mouldings and bits and pieces. The whole thing is plastic, aside from the tritium cell, which we'll talk about in just a moment's time. Being the super duper special Night Orange edition, it is in this lovely metallic orange colour. There are a few things I wanted to point out. Effectively, they've gone for black and orange around the car, including the black Smart logo on here and these sort of greyed out light rears. They're special for this edition. It is actually underneath it quite a basic model. We've got aircon and bits and pieces like that, which we'll have a look at in just a moment's time. And this car has mainly been used and has mainly spent its life being towed about. That is why there is this in the front, which is actually like a handbrake release cable. Someone really has drilled a hole in the bumper to add this, and drilled a hole here to add the fixings. However, I have ordered already some parts here, a blanking part here and a blanking part here, and the plan is, well, to remove this, remove the number plate and just drop it a little bit, put a new number plate on and cover that hole. It's not a major issue. No fog lights on the front, no daytime running lights either. There's a bit of damage here to the orange there, but nothing that I don't think a good polish won't really solve. Let's take a look then at here. We've got, well, run flat blades. Not a fan of them, but they are what they are. And this grille here is all nice and one piece. If you can remember on the 450, which is my purple Smart, you actually take the grille off here and here to replace the water. I don't know where you put the water on this, something I'll have to check out. Now, I genuinely don't know too much about the Smart 451. It's something I've never really had too much of a dealing with, so it's all going to be new to me. Let's take a look at the wheel arch then. There's a little bit of a scuff here which someone has touched up a little bit. You can get the paintwork for it, but I suppose to have it all matched properly is going to be quite difficult, especially because, well, it's this metallic colour. It's got these 6-spoke alloy wheels on the car, which are special to the edition. These badges need replacing, but aside from that, everything looks good. The brake pads and the discs on there look good, and these sort of side skirts are good as well. I love these little tiny indicators on the side. One thing you did get on your Night Orange edition is these black mirrors, and I think, like I said in the intro just a moment ago, they really wanted to do sort of like a black and orange effect. It does look a bit spooky. It looks like a big pumpkin, doesn't it? There's no major damage here, here and here. The windows are all good, and the tritium cell, which is the metal part, could do with a bit of a polish up. There's a couple of scratches on it here and there, but that's nothing that we really need to worry about. There is a mark on this door here and a mark on this sort of rear arch, which again is something that could hopefully polish up. It's just been knocked a little bit. You can see there's a bit of a colour difference there between this and this, but again, nothing I'm really worrying too much about. There's no mud flaps on this, and something that I probably will add in the future. The wheels are okay. It needs a good old clean up here and there on the wheels, but nothing that some wheel cleaner won't sort out, I hope. Intake here for the engine bay, because these are rear engines. If you don't know anything about your smart car, that is where all the gubbins is at the back, and we'll have a look in a minute in the engine bay. Again, there's just bits missing here and there, including another one of these blanking plugs, which are about £6 each off eBay. Things that I do hate include this horrible number plates around, which is something that hopefully hasn't been rubbing too much against the car, and I can sort of take off. Black Smart logo at the rear here, and the 2/4 tailgate. Have a look at that when we go inside and open it up. But no major damage to the car, which is quite rare, because these little plastic panels, they do damage quite easily. Take a look then, let's have a look at this wheel. Looking good. Oh, there's a bit of curbing here, which is a shame, but nothing major. And then in here, well, we've got the fuel filler cap, and you can sort of see the colour of the orange in there. This is going to look beautiful when it's shined up nicely, I genuinely think so. We've got this sill protector on here, but no damage to the tritium cell. There's a few marks on it, you know, a few scuffs, but nothing that a bit of Maguire's polish or something similar won't solve. Panel there again, this is looking nice and tidy, and again this wheel is looking good. They are, well, nearly, I don't know how old's the car, 15 years old nearly, and considering it is a 15-year-old car, it's in relatively good condition. Yeah, having a look at this night orange, I think someone has put that screw in there. It shouldn't really be there, to keep that in place, because it probably just pops on. They do just pop in and off, so someone's popped a screw in there, which is a shame. Windscreen's in good condition. There's a little chip there, and the bumper, well, it doesn't seem to be fitting perfectly well here and there. I think it's been off a couple of times in its life, and it probably needs going back on again. But apart from that, the main exterior is okay. Now to talk about the inevitable, which is something that really lets the car down, which is the roof. It's got this sort of acrylic-y, plasticky roof, and well, it's gone all funny, it's all faded, and I don't think there's anything really you can do about that, aside from maybe wrapping it or giving it a polish within the inch of its life. I don't think there's something you can do. I think it is the heat that damages the plastic. It's gone all crazed. It's probably something I'll end up wrapping. Whether or not I'll have it wrapped orange or black, I don't know. But apart from that, the exterior of the car looking good. Let's move into the internals of the car then. I've never seen this before, which is you've got an actual lock on this door handle. The interior is rather nice. Because it's the night orange edition, you do get a special interior here. You've got this sort of part leather seats. You've got leather all here, and you've got this orange stripe which runs all the way down here and all the way down here. It's a bit grubby here, so hopefully I'll be able to clean that up. It's just a piece of webbing really, so a bit of a wet rag or something similar will be able to clean that off. Let's look at the door card then. Well, you've got your internal door opener there, you've got electric windows here. The wing mirrors are actually manual, so it's still a manual wing mirror, and you've got these door pockets here, which I don't actually like because the sort of webbing inside them has gone a bit saggy, a bit wibbly. And then you've got a door speaker there. The door cards are looking good though. There's no major damage to them. It's a bit grubby here and there, but nothing that you can't really clean off. This is the tritium cell, as we've discussed, and in here you can see, well, made in France, and you've got the smart move assistance here, and Daimler AG, and there's your VIN number. I'm sure we can decode that, but this is all good. No major damage to there. And sometimes people, you know, drop seat belts in them and get them all stuck. Underneath here is the carpet, and actually your battery is under there. You've got these floor mats which have been put in place. They are just a standard floor mat. Sadly, no actual night orange floor mats. It should have special velour floor mats, but they are sadly not included in the car. They've gone missing. But passenger seat looking good. It's all in good condition. No major wear to the bolsters. Let's take a look at this dash then. Well, you've got a vent here, you've got a vent here, and quite a small little glove box. It is lockable, and in there, well, I've got the MOT history with the car and the V5, and in here, well, you've got a USB connector and another USB connector which goes into this system. It should have an auxiliary in and USB in system there. It's been butchered in its life a little bit because, well, it's had an aftermarket radio fitted. Again, we'll have a look at that in just a minute's time. Card holder, yes, and in here, well, it's the wheel removal tool, the TS7 project, I believe that is for the aftermarket stereo system. Under here, let's take a look. Again, your battery is under here. You've got the ability to be able to plug things in. At some point it's had something in here, maybe a 12-volt adapter or something similar. And you can get CD holders and all sorts of things to clip onto here. It might be something that I invest in the future. You've got the standard cup holder here and here, which has got this area here to put your bottle in. It's to stop it from going over. And you've got your 12-volt adapter just under there. No, actually you've got a cigarette lighter, but you've just got the 12-volt socket there. Diagnostic tool plugs in there, your OBD2 reader. Let's just plug that in. And it's got the sort of semi-automatic electric gear change system here, including eco mode, which is something that I'm not familiar with. Let's have a look in the centre then. You've got your rev counter, you've got your tachometer, and you've got your clock. And one of the good things about this model in comparison to my 450 is, well, you've got aircon. Aircon here, you've got recirc and then heated rear screen. It does work, the aircon, as well. I've had it checked out and tested. Looks all good. You've got lock and unlock, and you've got your hazard switches here as well. And then you fold down mirrors and flaps there and there. Interior light here. Previously it's on the back on the 450, so it's nice to have that there. And then you've got this sort of glass plastic perspex panoramic roof, which is kind of where it's gone wrong at the top here. Again, I've got to have a good think about what I'm going to do. It's got this sort of cover here that you can close. It's sort of a magnetic roll cover, but for me, someone who is 6'3", if I get in the car with that across, well, my head touches it, so I'm going to have to live my life with it open like that. We'll have a look at the media centre when we turn the car on, but from a point of view on the interior, on the passenger side, it's really relatively very good. It's in very good condition in here. I'm very surprised about the bolsters on the leather seats. There is some room behind here to put some bits and pieces, but again, it's a two-seater car. Let's go around to the driver's side. Have a look round there, and let's have a look at this door card. Again, all good. You've got obviously controlling of both the windows there. You've got your door handle in this pocket. Again, it's sagged a little bit, but not too bad. It would be nice to replace this with just a normal cubby pocket. You can get those, something I might do, but again, this isn't grubby, this isn't dirty, it's all in very good condition. A little bit of wear to the driver's seat here, but the bolster again looking good, and actually I blooming well love this orange stripe. It really is growing on me, that the more I look at it. Okay, driver's side then. Well, you've got a flappy paddle gearbox. So I'm not an expert with these gearboxes. You can have it in auto mode because it is an automatic car, but what it does is basically you've got an electronic gear change, so it's not fully auto. It's got a normal gearbox on it, but an automatic change system. Or you can have it in manual mode, where you change it up and down. You can manually change the gears with these flappy paddles. This is a little bit loose here. I suppose it probably needs a clip putting back in there, or even a screw. There might be a screw loose at the back there. You've obviously got your wipers, and you've got your lights, light stalk, etc. here. Let's just put the keys in the car and I can show you this system. Sadly, only come with one key, which is something I need to address, because if you lose that, well, you're in trouble. Turn that on. 103,858 miles. Half a tank of petrol. Right, let's just turn that down before I get in trouble. Turn that down. Right, okay, and this system here, again, I've not really had a blooming good look at it, but it's got all sorts of stuff: Chrome, Spotify, YouTube, Google Play. It's one of these aftermarket Android-y things. Am I a fan of it? No. Will I keep it? Well, we shall see what happens. It's not something that I'm, again, used to, but the good news is the original one can be replaced relatively easily. Aside from that, well, in there, that is pretty much it. You've got your horn, which is standard, and in here, no mirror for the driver, but not a problem. There's your rear view mirror. There's a lot of style icons left over, really, from the 450, and you'll see in just a minute's time what I mean by that. Let's turn that off and let's pop the rear window, which is actually where you access the engine bay. So it's got this two-part piece here. This has been tinted from factory, and actually the gas struts are not the best. They could do with being replaced, but it holds it up in position. Automatic release on the boot here, which I do quite like, and you've got this parcel shelf which retracts. You can actually take this out and sort of put it down if you've got Labradors and things in the boot. Now, talking about the original radio stereo system, it comes with the car. It's come with the car. Now, the reason the owner has replaced it is because he said, well, the touchscreen system has started to fail, so you touch one place and it sort of moves the other bit. Again, I'll probably test that out and make sure it's okay, but I will probably be refitting that. And then in here you've got a couple of cubby holes. What's in here? You've got access to, I'm guessing, the lights and the lighting system. There's some bits and pieces in there. No idea what's in there. I'm not going to poke around too much blindly, but that is all in good condition. There's a bit of wear on here, but you know, it's again 15-year-old car. And what's in this cubby hole? Let's have a look. There's one there, one there. Yeah, again, similar. I expect it's for changing light bulbs, etc. Now, one difference between this and my 450 is there's no windows here, so you are limited a little bit. But looking into the cabin there, you can just see the style of the Night Orange. And actually, I think that's bloody cool. In here, you've got your fold-down tailgate, and actually, it's got this little cubby area where you can keep bits and pieces. Things do rattle about in there, so I'm actually going to take all these bits out of here because, well, it's a bit rattly, you know. I say rattles all about when you're driving over bumps. Has had a recent belt change, and it's had some more bits and pieces. The SuperGuard complimentary aftercare pack. Wonder what's in there. New bird lime neutralizer, shampoo and stuff like that. In fact, while we're in it, let's have a look in this pack. Oh right, okay. Well, you've got some SuperGuard stuff. Fine. Is that designed for paint or is it designed for plastic? Who knows. Domestic and travel first aid kit, which seems quite empty. There's a few bits in there, and of course you've got your warning triangle, another, you know, smart car ephemera in there. Nothing that has really got me too excited. We'll move this out the way and then we'll have a look at the engine bay, because if you don't know how to access these engine bays, it's a bit of a pain, actually, a bit of a nuisance to work on. You've got this piece of carpet that lifts here and actually nowhere to sort of hook it onto, and then when you take this out of here and lift this up, you can see in the engine, and actually, as you can see, the engine bay, well, it's a bit dirty. It needs a good old clean. It's very dusty in there. It's certainly something that hasn't seen a lot of TLC in its time, cleanliness wise. I'm sure it's been serviced and it runs like it has been serviced very well. I'll just put that back in there. I'm not going to do too much about the engine system today because, well, it's a bit of a pain to get into, and also this is about looking at the car and not the mechanical workings of it right now. But apart from that, yeah, looking good. Just put that back there safe so I don't lose that, and there as well, and we'll shut this tailgate up. Right, things I know about the car then that need looking at. Well, I'll start it up and you can hear one of the issues. We'll start the car up. And you can immediately hear one of the issues. The exhaust, well, it's really blowing. Really blowing. It needs a new exhaust. That's something that needs addressing. But apart from that, we're okay. But aside from the noisy exhaust, it doesn't really need too much. The back brakes need looking at, and like I said, we're going to sort of take this system out at the front that somebody has fitted for towing. But yeah, there it is. There is the latest addition to the Coupland fleet, the Night Orange Smart 451. Excellent. I wonder what Mrs. John Coupland will think. Well, there it is then, a few niggles, a few things that need to be addressed, including those blanking plugs that we talked about, the removal of this braking system, the velour carpet mats need to be added back on, and a few touch-ups here and there, including the roof. That's something I really want to address as soon as possible, and putting a new exhaust on it and addressing those brakes. But I think it's going to be a good little addition to the Team Coupland. Let me know in the comments below, what do you reckon? Have I bought something that is totally unnecessary, or do you bloomin' love it? I think it's fantastic, and I cannot wait to have some adventures in it. Till next time being Dad's reaction. Have a great day, whatever you're getting up to. Take care, thanks for watching. Goodbye.